Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another Throne and Liberty video, and I have a super good one for you today. I'm stoked to share this with you. I just got my Elite Soldier. I'm 1705, as you can see there. I will finish leveling all my gear and skills, and then I'm going to push that Commissioner and Imperator further and see what we do with the Spear, etc. as the season continues. I have my 517 rank on the server. I have my Morph secured. I'm super excited. I'm going to share a ton of tips and tricks that I've learned. Honestly, I feel like Neo when he learns Kung Fu in the Matrix.
I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
I guarantee no matter what class you play, you will learn something in this video. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I've played a ton of different classes at this point, but this is going to be from my classic Sword and Shield, Great Sword kind of bruiser, tank build. In my opinion, it's one of the strongest classes in the arena. It has so much great CC potential. On a certain map, it's really incredible. We're going to get into the one. You know what I'm talking about. We'll talk about why. And I'm going to give you a ton of things that I've learned over the 400 matches I've played. And at the point of making this video, we have the Spear coming out very shortly, less than a week. However, we aren't getting any new arena maps or anything like that we've heard of. So all the information in this video will definitely still apply. And just real quick, again, I'm not going to go too in-depth with all the game's mechanics. There's tons of videos about that. I'm going to assume that you have a pretty good base level understanding of the game at this point. But if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I always do my best to respond. I'll let you take a look at my gear here. As you can see, I'm not even maxed out. I got a pretty decent gear score that I'm happy with, but my pieces are like, some are 8. My skills are not maxed out at all. Some of my passives are only level 1. You know, I'd love to have them maxed out. I'd love to have like an Adentis, etc. But my point is really in the arena, skill is what matters, right? Yeah, your stats are important. You want to have a good build, but overall, knowing what you're doing in there is going to make you a way better player, and it's going to help you win matches compared to other people that are just trying to spam their skills, having no clue what they're doing. In a recent video I did when the arena season first popped off, I went into stats a little bit and about what the meta is, what people are doing. A lot of this still applies and is important. And again, try to figure out what build you're going to play, okay? It is still important. Go to quest log, grab, mess around with some different pieces, look at what some other players are using, try to get an idea. But again, it's more important to know your skills. However, I stole this graphic again from Grobs. It's a great simplistic graphic to figure out what you're doing. Evasion is really popular, obviously, because it causes players to completely miss their skills entirely on you. However, I'm going endurance, which is a little less common, but it works really well for the strategy that I use in solo queue, which I'll show you in just a little bit and why that works for me. Okay, let's talk key bindings, okay? This is a must. You need to find what's comfortable for you to where you can hit all of your skills without having to stare down and look at your screen, right? Yeah, you need to check on your cooldowns and stuff here and there, but ideally, you should be really comfortably able to hit all your buttons and know where all of them are at all times, right? You may see right here, some are mapped to my mouse, some are in a couple bizarre positions like Alt-1, whatever, it works for me, okay? Find what works for you. Highly recommend playing with key bindings. If you need to take off some of the ones that the game uses as defaults, go for it. You know, switch something to E, F, whatever it is that's close to your home row keys that you like to use. It's gonna make a world's difference for you, I promise. Try it and stick with it. Now let's talk the Purification Stone. This is our way of breaking crowd controls. If you don't have it, you can use potions. It's pretty easy to craft if you run open dungeons for a little bit. Let's take a note here. Petrification, Weaken, and Collision are not removed, okay? Important. It doesn't say stuns, it doesn't say bind, etc. What I want to talk about is I think a lot of people tend to pop this immediately when they're binded, maybe like right at the beginning of a match just to engage or whatever it may be. What I want to drill into your head is that you need to use this at the right time. There are clutch moments that you can pop this stone that can easily turn the tide for you completely, right? I don't pop it immediately when I run in just because someone pops a CC. I'm going to use it when I know I need to save my life or if I know I can make a play, okay? Use this when you know you need it. Don't just pop it for no reason. That's going to make you so much better. Let's take a look at this play as an example, okay? I just get out of the water. This staff user is waiting for me to come out, and they immediately bind me when I come out. Now you'll see I popped it there a couple seconds late. The reason was I wasn't sure if I was going to need it, but had I waited any longer, he would have killed me. So I popped it because I had to use it to save my life. And it immediately paid off, and I got the kill instead. And here's another really good example for you, okay? You'll see I chain this guy in, and he immediately stuns me. When he stuns me, I don't immediately pop it, but then I see his other 2 DPSers are about to start unleashing on me, okay? I know they're going to melt me, so I pop it to remove the stun so that I'm able to block. So let's look at that again real quick. I pull him in, he stuns me, they start unleashing, I pop it so that I can block. Perfect, okay? And it allows me to immediately take him out, and I'm able to survive and make a play for our team. This is how you should be utilizing your Purification Stone, to make plays. Don't senselessly pop it. This is a good segue into our next point, which is just a broad overall breakdown of CC and map control. Let's look at some footage from when I was playing Wand. Okay, Cursed Nightmare, one of the strongest CCs in the game, especially with Karmic Haze. It allows you to spread it just like this. Don't be a newbie and stack up close together for this reason. Okay, then we have Strategic Rush, one of the strongest skills in the arena as well that only the Sword and Shield users have, and you can use it for that reason to push players off the map. It's incredibly strong, and map control is huge. Right here, they go to DPS, guillotine my player, I rush him away, okay? This is what it's all about, controlling the map, pulling players away, especially me, right? I am a bruiser tank. My role is to save my DPSers, save my healers. I'm gonna use my chain hook, my rush, whatever it takes, binds, etc. Bind someone to help them get away from my DPSer. Maybe I'm gonna prone a player so that my healer can survive. Whatever it is, pull someone away so they don't have the range to attack my DPSer. It's all about map control. Things like this are going to help you win matches over spamming your skills on somebody. So look at that one more time, right? My chain misses as I try to pull them in the hole. No big deal. I bind them as they immediately spawn in, and I'm able to bind all of them and get a double push, which is just an insane play. I'm just making it too easy for my team at that point, right? This is what it's all about, okay? Map control, huge. Don't forget it. Let's talk about the two maps real quick. At first glance, you may just go, yeah, this is a fun, cool map. The holes are super annoying. But look at these ledges. These ledges are strategically placed to try to block you from rushing, pushing skills, etc. The second note, these giant blocks. You can use these to chain pull people, rush, etc. to stun. They're placed for a reason. This lower level, you can use this level to help yourself hold on to medals. Say you have a high medal count, you can go and hide down there. I've seen people just hide down there. The other team has no idea what's going on. Someone with like 8 medals is just getting their points racked up sitting down there. You can use that lower level to your advantage. A lot of people just fly back up. Try playing that lower level. I guarantee you won't regret it. And then as far as the other map, there's really not much to it. This is their way of trying to balance the other map for the people that don't have the rushing, etc., sword and shield users in their party. But really, if you're a sword and shield user, you can still use these outer walls to push and stun people. Don't forget, it is important. You do want to use those walls to bully people, just like a cage match in MMA. Now, regarding chains and pulls, etc., let's dive in a little more into blocking specifically. Let me show you some really important tips about your block. A really excellent tip. I don't know if a lot of players realize this. Hope I don't regret giving this to the community. You see I'm frozen here. Look at the sword and shield player lining up. I know he's about to push me in the hole. Boom. I immediately pop block when the CC breaks, and he gets denied his rush. The best feeling ever, okay? You need to practice this. It's great to try to time attacks to know when you need to block, okay? You can use blocking for all kinds of things. You can also roll. The only difference is Fury attacks can be blocked, Wrath attacks have to be dodged, okay? You look at the tooltips, that's all you need to notice. Chains, rushes, all of those are Fury attacks. They are blockable, okay? You don't need to stack a ton of collision resist, although that may help you. Say you can't block any of your attacks, go ahead and stack collision resist, etc. But there's no reason you should need it as long as you get really incredible at blocking attacks. Here's a really awesome one, okay? I see the staff user coming in and charging fireball. Boom, I hunker down and I block it. Immediately deny them on that fireball, okay? Wasting their cooldowns and then immediately bowling them into the water and completely denying them at the end of the match. This is how you should be utilizing your block. Use it to deny their skills properly. Don't just waste it and throw it out there for no reason, okay? Just like the trinket, you need to use this properly or you're not going to rank up. All right, let's go ahead and talk about medals now, which are the main mechanism of winning the game, and there is actually tricks and certain strategies to obtaining medals and the way you get your points, okay? Let's look at the top of the screen here, and you're going to see our score, which is pretty obvious, but the important thing also is the medal count. How many medals you have at the end of that 30-second interval or how many points your team is going to get. On the second note, you'll see me right here, kill the guy with 8. I'm freaking out. My blue streak means I'm on a kill streak. That orange streak means that he's on a kill streak. Boom, we get the kill right there. We get 15, and at the count, boom, we get a ton of points because we got that kill right before the buzzer, okay? Check this out. We are way behind, and we are able to get the guy who's on a kill streak at the last second, and it gives us the major boost we needed to win the game, okay? So keep in mind, You get medals from killing players. You need to keep in mind who has how many medals and when you're killing them, and you can really use that timer to your strategy. Dagger players are extremely annoying and will purposely get as many medals as they can and save their vanish stealth ability for the last couple seconds so that they can secure the medals and you cannot touch them. It's incredibly frustrating. I hate it. However, it's a valid strategy, and I encourage you to try things like that. Find ways to secure points. Okay, you gotta fight a little dirty out there. It's gonna be a quick one, but I want to touch on the buffs that you can grab when you go in after the match gets going. Okay, I think a lot of people tend to just grab attack power or grab shield if they're a tank. What I want to let you know is you should grab whatever you need in that moment. Okay, I'm not gonna grab attack power if they keep attacking me. If they keep focusing me and trying to take me out, I'm gonna get the shield. If they're not touching me at all, I'm gonna grab attack power. Maybe I could even use stealth to get a really easy proper push or a chain in right before they see me. My point is, don't just grab a buff, choose what's right in that moment. Don't just blindly grab one and keep running in there. All right, this is a big one I really want to touch on. Targeting, major. Whoever has the crown, whoever's leading the party, should absolutely be throwing up targets. When you're in random parties, I realize they're never going to do that, but if you have the leader, you should do this, okay? It's huge. You'd be majorly surprised how just throwing a little skull icon over a random character can get your random player across the world you don't know to start attacking the player that you need, okay? It's major, it's huge, do it. When you really start doing 3v3 comps, it's going to be major. Tag who the healer is. Tag who you want your DPSers are. You can really take a leadership role even in a random group by just throwing out these signs, okay? That leads me to my next point, which is focusing and attacking the right targets. And I've talked about this a little bit in another video, but the point remains the same, okay? When you enter the arena, you should be asked recalling, selecting, figuring out who you're going to attack, and you want to quickly assess the players that you can damage, okay? If I'm running up to people and I'm missing every single ability, I'm going to switch. I know I can't do anything to them, okay? Even if it's the target that we're supposed to be focus firing, I'm going to attack the player that I can do the most bullying to. You may, in certain circumstances, get a lot of success out of focus firing, but you may also do really well. I've seen matches where we split up and just attack the targets that we happen to be strongest against, and we obliterate them, okay? Quickly figure out, if you try to sleep someone and they miss, you can assume they're running magic evasion. If you're trying to hit them with melee and you can't touch them, switch targets, etc. It's majorly important to target the correct players. It's going to help you win more games. Okay, let's actually talk about ranking up now and how to do it. If you see, my record is negative here, but you'll see I'm still in the top 1,000. I'm still well above 1,500. The reason is because you get an average score based off the rank of your comp, the team comp, and you'll see here I'm losing like 9, 6, but I get 14 for a win. And I want to show you something else. If you're on a lose streak and then you go and get a win, you're going to get additional points. I call them mercy points. They're super nice. So essentially you can grind your rank up if you're not like the most incredible player and you're just shitting on everyone, right? And this is incredibly disheartening and frustrating, right? Especially in solo queue. I literally won like 10 matches in a row. I'm like, cool, I'm killing it. I'm raking up so fast. And then literally, you could see here, I lost like 9 in a row. Super disheartening. In solo queue, it's so hit or miss when you get players. But if you stick with it and you keep playing consistently well, you will rank up. As you start to get higher, those terrible players will just not be in, and you'll start to get serious players. It gets better and better. Just stick with it. I promise it'll pay off. Also, that being said, you could probably entirely avoid this if you do have 2 close friends or someone that you can constantly run a comp with. Definitely the way to go if you can do that. I run solo queue because I don't have any personal friends that play Throne. Kind of a bummer, but it's just the way it is. This video is already getting a little long, so I want to try to wrap it up here with some final thoughts for you guys and leave you with some good points and some great footage that you can really just watch. So, we didn't go too into detail and stats, but just real quick, right? You really want to hit the points you need. I'm doing 70 strength at the moment because I'm endurance. I like to have that huge HP because I'll purposely tank shots or I'll bind people in the water to drown them because they don't have the HP that I do. So, play with them, use what works for you. Pay attention to all of these stats. All of these are big PvP things. Or bind chance, collision resistance, magic evasion, all of that type of stuff, weaken chance, etc. These are all huge PvP stats. Don't forget about them. Really the main thing, right? Control the map. Watch this, boom. Unblock his chain perfectly. Utilize your blocks correctly, okay? Run that arena. Utilize your resonance stone when you need to. Use those openings. Work with your team members. You keep it up, you're going to become a better player. This is so awesome. I got a message from this guy. You're so much better than me. We were going back and forth at the arena. We actually added each other's friends later. We got some good chats. I really have met some awesome people in here and have had some incredible moments. It really is a good time once you learn what you're doing, once you get to a higher rank and get those serious players. This is some awesome footage I'll show you right here of just a great opener where we just completely ran the other team over, basically. And Just remember, work with your players, focus fire the certain targets, grab the buff that you need, assess which players you can't hit, which players you can hit, switch targets as needed, mark players, etc. They're all these little things that are going to help you rank up. Obviously, getting gear is going to help, but once you get your gear and you combine it with your skill, you're going to be unstoppable. I'm looking forward to continuing to push up the ranks. I'm obviously going to try out the spear when it drops. Give me any comments, any questions. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning every day. Please let me know things that I got incorrect. Please let me know how you feel about anything. I'd love any kind of feedback. Let me know what you learned. I really appreciate it. If you made it this long in the video, congratulations. Okay, boom. I'm pulling people into the holes, binding them for my team, etc. Okay, you get the point. Play your role well, work with other players, do what you can do. I really appreciate you guys making this far. I'm going to be doing a $50 Steam gift card giveaway at 1,000 subs. I said it was going to be the silver pack, but I'm getting a lot of different subs. I'm getting subs from all over now, so I would like to just broaden it so anyone can use it. So we'll do a $50 Steam gift card at 1,000 subs. I'm so close. I never even thought I would hit 500. This means so much to me. I love video editing. You guys are really motivating me with all the awesome comments to want to make more, so please let me know how you felt about this. Let me know if you want to see more. I'm going to be doing more, as we get more content for the game. I plan to keep making guides for the spear, etc., future ranks. I really appreciate it. Again, guys, I'm just a simple X-ray tech outside of here. I like to make videos for fun. I play games for fun. I like engaging with you guys. Leave me those comments. Good luck in the 1,000 sub. Good luck in the 1,000 giveaway contest if you're participating. I really appreciate it, guys. Take care. Means a lot. I'll see you in the next one.